Hello, all you drama enthusiasts. Welcome to the meeting. This is Angie's Drama Room, and I am your meeting host, Angie. Um, yes, I have watched what is he here? 23 episodes of a idol uh, drama. I don't rom-com, fantasy. I don't even know. Let's see here. They're classifying it as a romance youth fantasy drama, and that is called Summit of Our Youth. Let's see here. Yes, Summit of Our Youth. I want my 23 episodes back. I decided to go down this wormhole. We're talking about going back in time, changing our life because we had crapped out of our present life. So now we're going back in time to try to change the positives of our life. I almost dropped it on the first episode, but I said, okay. It kind of got picked up better as episodes started to play. However, to me, on the female lead, who was Sun Zin, I don't think she had enough personality to play this. I mean, to bring this role out. One scene that really caught me was when her best friend. Okay, so she's already down that wormhole. She's already back in time. Her best friend decided not to go to college or university, but she wanted to be apprenticed to a baking good. She wanted to be a bakery. So she was becoming an apprentice. She happens to set up shop in the exact same university that Zhu Zhao, or I guess Zhu Zhao, was at. And when she found her best friend, she had a plate full of cupcakes, I guess. And now, granted, she didn't know she's going to be there. There was no enthusiastic. She kind of turned to her, oh, hey, and turned around. Wait a minute. The best friend was more excited to see her than she was excited to see her. And I'm like, this is your friend that you had. You wouldn't even know she was going to be there. So yeah, that's kind of one of the scenes I kind of played out. But however, this whole Summit of Our Youth, I tell you, it was slow pace, no drama, no dramatic scenes, nothing sensationalized, nothing to lift us up, to even rally around her. She crapped out of her present life. She went down, she had a deadbeat boyfriend. She crapped out of her career. She was a contract worker. Our male lead, which was Chen Jing Ki, who was from A Mr. Snowstorm or Love, the best friend pool player, and he told her, if you go and just do this, we're not going to give you the promotion. But however, if you go and be part of this department as a full-time worker, not a contract, but now you're a full-time worker, then there are chances for advancement. She said she didn't want to do it. She ripped her badge off, put it on the counter, and walked out. And so our male lead called her out on it. Then come to find out, she overheard a conversation between the business partner and her best friend at the time, this is present day, talking about they sabotaged her project. So the male lead says, well, let me figure out what's going on. They get into this elevator. They press the button. Boom. They go back in time. She wakes up at 17, her senior year in high school. Now, I'm all for a little bit going back in time. We're going to turn back time. Yeah, I'm all for that. But this one, this is the worst. I'm going to say it. Going back in time, youth drama I've seen. And I tell you the truth, there was, again, slow pacing, no thrills, no happiness, sadness. Some people enjoyed it. Some people liked it. And again, I watched all 23. No, I take that back. The last 5-ish episodes or so, which I started at 19, I fast forwarded because I didn't care. Even when they try to get together, I'm like, all right. And the reason why he went back in time with her was because I guess to his best friend um, died in a. They were trying to build an electric vehicle. They still want to start their no own line of electric vehicles. There was a malfunction in the electric vehicle. The car went haywire, and the best friend, the lab partner, best friend, died in that accident. And he always felt guilty about that. And so he goes back in time to try to correct the wrong. The accident still happened. However, the best friend did recover from a coma. So he did recover. Did that matter? No. Did any of this matter of going back in time? All it did was show what would happen if this girl went back in time. And because by the time the 23rd episodes, somebody posted saying, yeah, we understand. So if you really wanted to stop at the 23rd episode at 33 minutes, you're good to go. Don't keep going. Because what happened was she wakes up from a coma. She wakes up because remember, she goes into the elevator. They get her out the elevator. She bumps her head. She went into, not even, I guess she went unconscious because I don't think it was she was in a coma for 10 days. She was in a coma for 10 days. She wakes up, present day, nothing changed. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed was the fact that her and our male lead shared the same memory of what happened. He quits the job, and he said reason why he was quitting was because of the elevator, the accident. Yes, he quit his job because he said it was because of the elevator accident. And the lab partner at the time, which was also not the best friend, because best friend now is still dead, because that came non and void. And this is the other lab partner who sabotaged the present day sabotaged her work, and they're running around frantically panicking, trying to figure out how to cover, because now the top dogs are blaming them for him quitting, and they're trying to prove that it wasn't because of them. And yeah, she sees our male lead, got his boxes in his hand, about ready to get into the elevator. She runs, she sees him, he stands there, he has a patch on his forehead. She sees him in the elevator, she goes into the elevator, they runs in there. She doesn't know that he remembers, he doesn't know if she remembers. The elevator shakes. Now, of course, at some point you probably would have fearful you're thinking going on the elevator when the last elevator crashed on you. Now you're back on the elevator 10 days later. But anyway, the elevator shakes, they grab hands. That's it. That's the show. Yeah. 23 episodes of nothing. No point to this series, no point to this show at all. It was just 23 episodes of nothing. At least somebody's life could have changed. But no. Not her mother, not her parents' life changed, not her brother's life changed. Her life didn't change. She still had the deadbeat boyfriend. Now, when she went back in time, the boyfriend found out supposedly that they went back in time, and he would have spoken the boyfriend. So he got jealous, and then he decided to change his life. Deadbeat boyfriend now, no future plans. Decided to change his life. And he started off in high school because she's wanted to. So the only thing she really did, the best thing she did, was she made other people around her better, trying to be better. Okay, so the boyfriend tried to get better because that's what she was looking into. So he tried to do it. So she was probably the one, and everybody around her, she was the one who was holding everybody back. And so she voided him all this time. And so he did try to get better. He he was able to go and play basketball. He got into a car, got into an accident. He hurt his leg, and so for 2 years, he told her that the father told him that she went overseas or something, or he went overseas, or he went somewhere to be better in basketball, and she haven't heard from him in 2 years. He comes back with an economics. Now I guess he's studying economics. What, 5, 6 years later, after college, he shows up as a venture capitalist. I'm like, granted, present day, he had no future, no plans. He was just a deadbeat, no future, no plan. Now he's a venture capitalist in her scenario, trying to get revenge on the male and female lead because he took his girl from him. Did it play any role in this whole scenario? No. Did she even go back to the boyfriend to tell the boyfriend she didn't want to see him again? No. The mama had life didn't change. The brother's life didn't change. The brother, only thing that changed for the brother, because the brother liked the best friend, but the best friend was being cunning. And the only reason why the best friend was being cunning because the best friend was jealous of her. Jealous of her now. Because the mom always said, why don't you do better than her? Why didn't you do this? Why, always try to put her on that pedestal. And she's like, anything that she did good, she never got praised for. But every time she ever got something bad, she gets yelled at. And it was always about the best friend and what their family was doing. And that's always bringing up in her face. So she always was trying to sabotage her. And that's the reason why she's in the present day, she was sabotaging her coding. So then the best friend did end up getting into coding during her going back in time. And the best friend started to date the brother. But of course, the only thing that was non and void, the brother was still the brother who had no job perspective because he was supposed to go into, I think, game development. And so the only thing happened was the best friend or the frenemy, ended up seeing him on the street, and it was no talking. They were just looking at each other smiling. Yeah. So there was I remember the parts. I remember the story. Did I want to continue to remember the story? Not really. But this is what we get us. And I'm surprised I talked this long on this show. But Summit of our youth. Yes, Summit of our youth. I definitely do not recommend it. I will only recommend it if you wanted something casual to watch and you do not expect nothing from it. If you wanted to see her in this role, if you want to see him in this role, because he's coming off of a Mr. Snowstorm. Even the last one, he was in Island. His acting really as a male lead is not too good. He was okay in the sporting league because he was just on screen every once in a while. But for him as being a male lead, yeah, there was slow pacing, no chemistry bonding, no nothing from these two that would kind of want you to root for them. Yeah, thanks for watching. Media adjourned.